This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. Now let's talk about it, man. Jeison Rosario and Jermell Charlo. Here's the cold-hearted, here's the unadulterated, and here's the cutthroat true color fashion. This fight right here is going to be a test your temperature type of fight. Let me say it again. This fight right here is going to be a test your temperature type of fight. Jeison Rosario is in shape. Jermell Charlo is in shape. We know Mel Charlo is sparring with the likes of Errol, the Truth, Spence. So he's getting elite level sparring. Let me say it again. He's getting elite level sparring. But Jeison Rosario understands what's at stake. And unlike Julian Williams, i.e. J-Rock, he's not making the cardinal mistake that because I'm champion, because I have belts, it's time for me to lollygag. It's time for me to sit around. It's time for me to play games. That was J-Rock's mistake. There was not the same hunger. There was not the same drive as there were the last time around when he fought against Jarrett Hurd and he had something to prove and he had to showcase himself as not a guy that was just basically what we would say an aberration, or a guy who's just basically a guy that was a one-hit wonder. He was actually a legitimate opponent, because we have to understand Julian Williams had what we call hangover from the Jermell Charlo knockout. See, this is the thing that happens when you fight the Charlo brothers. There is what we call hangover from the fact that you have to overcome. You have to overcome a big obstacle. See, and that was the same instance with Eric Lubinson when he fought the likes of a Mel Charlo. Jermell Charlo is a venomous viper in the ring. Let me say it again. Jermell Charlo is a venomous viper in the ring. When he fights you, he comes in with venomous strikes. He's trying to pretty much get you out of there. Now, people sit back and look at the Tony Harrison fight and say, well, Mel Charlo was exposed. No, I don't look at it like that. As you raise up competition, you're going to get touched the fuck up. Let me say it again. As you raise up competition, you're going to get touched up. That's just the way boxing rolls. You're going to get touched up, y'all. Tony Harrison is a great counterpuncher at 154. Mel Charlo does get hit quite a bit. He knows the sport has to keep that same energy over here, dog. But what I saw from the first fight with Tony Harrison and then the graduation to the second fight, I saw a Mel Charlo that basically listened to Derek James. A Mel Charlo that understood that he had to get better technically. He had to get better fundamentally. And this is what happens when you spar with the likes of Errol, the Truth, Spence. It's iron sharpens iron. Let me say it again. It's iron sharpens iron. So the bottom line is Mel Charlo has improved dramatically. So you're going to see this translate over into this fight. This fight is not a fight to just sit there and just sniff at. Mel Charlo is going to have to bring the goods, because if he doesn't bring the goods, then Jeison Rosario is going to be right there for an upset. Mel Charlo understands what's at stake. And the bottom line is this. If you've been noticing the tendency of all the upper echelon fighters in PBC, i.e. Deontay Wilder, i.e. Gervonta Tank Davis, i.e. Errol Spence, i.e. Mel Charlo, i.e. Jermell Charlo, they've all gone to this place to where they've said, you know what? This is a revival moment. We need to showcase that we are the guys that we say that we are, true alpha extraordinaires governed by true alpha economics in the boxing ring. And we need to showcase this and get back to what we know best. Get back to the fundamentals. Get back to what got us to where we're at. And that's what they're doing. I expect Jermell Charlo to stop Jeison Rosario late. That's my expectation of this fight. I don't expect this fight to be a decision type of fight, because Mel Charlo's not that type of fighter. He does not leave it to the boxing judges. Mel Charlo is there to continuously hit you until you bend the proverbial fucking knee. Let me say it again. He's there to continuously hit you until you bend the proverbial fucking knee. The bottom line is this. Jeison Rosario is going to bring it. But what he's going to find out when he fights against Jermell Charlo, this is not J-Rock. This is not Julian Williams, i.e. this is not an aberration. The Charlo brothers are lions only. And when they step into the boxing ring, they're going to make a message. In so much so that, remember, Mal Charlo fights the same night as Mel Charlo. The Charlo brothers have to let everyone in the boxing community fan base know that the Charlo brothers are here to stay. They're here to dominate, and they're here to basically be a household name. 154 belongs to Mel Charlo. 160 belongs to Mar Charlo. That's the way it's going to stay. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. And that's the cutthroat truth-telling fashion. But if I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this fight and I'm testing the temperature of both fighters, Jeison Rosario is going to bring it. But what he's going to figure out is he's a day late and a dollar short, because Mel Charlo is just on another gear, another level. And like Meek Mill say, there's levels to this stuff, i.e. there's gears. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.